Hey guys, it's 10 to go pro, and I just wanted to make a quick video on how I hooked up not only my LED lights but my phone charger as well, because both kind of fall into the same category of having to wire them, kind of tuck them through the frame and then under the gas tank all the way up to the front. So basically what I did is I went on Amazon and got this nice little USB box. I think it was like somewhere between $16 and $20. If I could find the link, I'll post it in the description. But what makes this awesome is it has a switch. So obviously it's going to be wired directly to the battery terminals, positive, negative. And normally if you were to do that with any other light kit, most of them don't have switches. So some of them will constantly drain power from your battery. Eventually, if the bike isn't started for long enough, it'll kill it. To avoid that, you either want to manually wire in a switch between the power connection or do something like this. What's cool about this one, it has an on-off switch, and you know when it's on and you know when it's off. So when it's on, it could be on even when the bike's off. It's not running at all, nothing. But it will turn on power for whatever you need, okay? So in this case, I needed power for my LED lights and a USB-C lightning charger. And the way I did that was I found a convenient location to mount this between the seat and the upper pillion, I think it's called. But there's this nice little gap, and I was like, that's perfect, because on these bikes, you don't have a whole lot of real estate up on the handlebars. Everything's kind of, spoken for. You have nowhere to put anything, even amount of phone. What I did with this, it's a quad lock. I just zip tied it to the only spot I could find. The other spot, I used my garage door opener, because having to get on and off a bike just to open your garage is kind of an unnecessary chore, whatever you want to call it. So. Yeah, if you need me to do another video about the quad lock, I can. It's really awesome. It's never failed. But anyways, back to this. So after finding a good spot to put the USB box, I first did the LED lights. I wired the USB plug all the way to a box that I have tucked in the back. And that box then sends out 4 lines for all the LEDs. Wired the front ones underneath here down to the bottom of the lower fairings, and then as you just saw in the back. But then the phone charger, this one was pretty much the same idea. I ran a line along the frame, so it's going to come through here, and sometimes you might have to lift the gas tank to get access, but honestly, I was able to just sort of shim. You could see it. I could sort of shim it through along the frame, and it's even right there. You could see it. And if you want to, you could zip tie it in there. I think I hit it maybe with 1 or 2 zip ties. But along the frame, I picked this side for it to come out. Since my phone's port is facing that way, it just made sense. And I just zip tied it right here along with the garage door opener. This is how I use it for when I'm not, using it. But when I do want to use it, I just pull it out. You can make as much slack as you want, but... And then to let you know that it works, I'll turn the box on. See the LED lights come on, and then boom, charged. So that's what worked for me. Really easy to do, to be honest. But yeah, I'll see if I can find the link to this USB box. There's multiple versions, and they're interchangeable too. Meaning this right here disconnects. So if you're ever afraid of, that was one of the reasons I mounted it here. I thought I would have to disconnect it at times, so it wouldn't drain the battery. Because originally, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, so originally when I first did this, I had a single USB port, just like this. Now this one did not have a switch. It was just a single USB, same plug right there. And that's why I mounted it where I can access it without taking anything apart. So I can unplug it, you know, so it wouldn't drain the battery. And then eventually I found an upgraded version with a switch. And it even tells you how much power, how much voltage you're using. And it has a USB port and a USB-C port. So you could add a lightning cable if you have an iPhone and, you know, quick charge it, I guess is what it's called. But yeah, that's how I did it. It came out okay, not too bad. Anyone could do it. All you need is really some zip ties, which are always a man's best friend. I don't know if everyone has the same size, but this is a 1332 socket and a Phillips screwdriver. The socket is to get those bad boys out from the seat being bolted down, and then the screwdriver is to get the fairings out. On some models, it might be the other way around. You might have screws holding the seat down, but that's all I needed, just those two tools and some zip ties. I know it kind of looks like a bit of a mess, but underneath I did bind together all the battery wiring so nothing bad happens. And all this loose black wire, that's all the LED lights. I have 4 LED strips, so this is all 4. Just kind of a mangled mess, but you know, it's under the seat and it's not up here where the important stuff is. So but yeah, anyways, that's how I did it, and it turned out pretty decent. I wish I could get a good view of this, but I also upgraded the headlights to LEDs. I was really skeptical about it at first, but once I did it, I wish I'd done it sooner, because they came out really nice. They are $20 per bulb. Blue Angel Eye LEDs, so high beam and low beam, and it also has this nice blue aluminum finish, so when it hits that reflector housing, it gives you a nice blue hue and adds a crispiness to the bright white light. So, you know, it makes nighttime riding so much safer. And I also have these marker LEDs too, which I could change. I just keep them on blue. Whatever color I'm running for the LED lights that night, I'm going to switch up the marker lights too, which is always either blue or green, because those are the only 2 good colors that go with this bike. So yeah, hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, just throw them in the comments and I'll be sure to read and respond. If there's anything else on this bike that you want to know about, just hit me up in the comments. I'll do a video on whatever you guys have questions for. I haven't done too much to this bike besides the fairings, all the turn signals, slip-on exhaust that, you know, I got lucky on eBay with, and then the tail tidy, because I really hated the factory one. It was horrible, but I relocated the license plate obviously right down there behind the tire, and this came out really nice. So I just put those stickers on there not long ago. But yeah, all right, peace.